Morning guys, Dylan just asked me to do a bit of a video just related to the guys blowing their wrists and stuff. So I've been shearing for a few years now, and one of the things that always got me is people say keep the heel down on your handpiece. Sounds really simple, keep the heel down. It's my handpiece I show the kids, see the inside, so it's got a bit of string on it. So when we say keep the heel down, we're trying to keep the heel down here, right? To keep the teeth of the comb out of the skin, so they're sitting flat on the skin and making a nice job. What often happens is we do that with the wrist, and when you do it with the wrist, you're using all these little muscles in here, and what happens is we put extra pressure on them, and they're doing a lot of work, especially when we get in tough sheep. So what I've found recently is that, and I was watching Keith Wilson, amazing shearer, phenomenal. He does things that he doesn't even know he does. So one of the things I've just been looking at, I've been trying to figure out myself. We had one of our guys with a blown wrist. So what we need to do is we need to try and keep our wrist in a bit of a steady position. So whether you have your finger up or down will adjust how the handpiece sits. So you'll notice if I put my thumb up the handpiece, it will tilt the back of the handpiece down. Also I can do that by putting my thumb low on the handpiece and pushing it up, and that will drop the heel. Okay, but that's using the small muscles, right? So what we want to do is we want to use the big muscles, and the way to do that is by putting a small kink in your arm, right? And then we're being like a boxer, and if you just watch what happens, just imagine, bottom tooth over here, and heel of the handpiece down here. So we need to keep our elbow in close to our body. Okay, now it does two things. One is it drops the heel. Okay, we're putting a little bit of pressure on the side of the handpiece with our thumb, and it's going to drop the bottom tooth over. So we've dropped the heel, we've dropped the bottom tooth down. So now we're on the skin and we're flat, so we're not going to get hooked up. The other thing it does is it uses all the big muscles up here in the shoulder. Dylan's talking about using all these large muscles and doing exercise to open the shoulder and stuff. So when we just put a wee kink in our elbow and drop it, you can feel the back of your I'm not sure what the muscles are called, the traps and lats I think they're called. You can feel them tensing up, and it takes all the pressure off the forearm. Okay, so obviously something to try. I say when I teach anyone anything, just try it. Doesn't work for you, that's fine, but biomechanically dropping the elbow in all the way around the sheep, pretty much. I haven't found anywhere it doesn't work. On the belly, keeping your elbow close into your body. Through the crutch, keep your elbow in, and you'll notice that it actually drops. You can see there if I'm going through the crutch, it's actually lifting the tips and dropping my bottom tooth. So I can get my bottom tooth on the skin easier and smoothly go in the crutch. Going into the undermine, if I've got my wing out, my tips are down onto pointing into the body of the sheep. As soon as I drop my elbow in, I've locked it in, and the bottom tooth's on the skin. Long blow, well, neck's a classic, especially on merinos. You're going in there like that. That's your bottom tooth going straight into the sheep. As soon as you drop your elbow in, look at that, boom. You can just smooth up there, easy as. Left hand doing some work. Pretty much anywhere around the sheep, you can just pull that elbow in. It's going to adjust your heel down, and then you're just deciding how much pressure you want to put down then. So when you're shearing some real creamy crossbreds or some real good merinos that are combing really well, you can drop that heel and then just only put a little bit of pressure. You don't need much. If you're shearing some real broken on the skin crossbreds that are going to lamb and they're all sticky and tacky, you're going to have to drop that heel in, and you're going to have to put a bit of pressure on. But you're doing the bulk of the work with these muscles up here, not down here. And you'll find that your wrist will last a lot longer, and you'll be able to shear tougher sheep. So yeah, just try it. Like I said, not everyone's the same, and not everything works for everyone. So, but yeah, the general gist of it is, biomechanically, a slight kink in your elbow, and drop your elbow. You can see pretty obvious what happens. And then just around the sheep, adjust your thumb up or down, you know, or you're putting pressure up or down. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can see that. Hopefully this video comes out right. But yeah, trying to use those larger muscles in the shoulder and pull them back and drop it in, and you'll notice a huge difference. Well, I do. I notice a big difference. Makes a huge difference to me. So hope that's helpful. Hope it saves somebody's wrist someday. Yeah, have a wonderful day out there, guys. Love my job.